Hey, all right, guys, it's that time. Welcome back. Those of you that are just now tuning in, just now listening to the podcast, I got a question for you. Where you been? Where you been? You've been missing all of this good daily devotion. You got 81 episodes to catch up on, but I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you are here. Thank you for tuning in. This is Strength for Today's Man. We are in volume 82. Today, I want to talk about something that needs to be addressed, and especially in our lives as men. I'm going to read John 15:13, where it says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." Guys, there is no greater sacrifice than love. So I want to ask you, how much do you love me? Now, that's a rhetorical question because many of you don't know me personally. But in a relationship, men and women want to know this question. The wife will ask, "How much do you love me?" And the husband will ask, "How much do you love me?" Now, I don't know why we got to throw in the voice, but it sets the mood. So we want to know that question, how much do you love me? And in a relationship, it shouldn't be based on what I can buy for you. I know a relationship right now to where the woman does not love her husband. She hasn't loved him in decades, but she's there because of what he buys for her. He buys her nice things. He buys her a car. He does a lot of remodeling around the house, sends her on all these trips, and she does not love him. Not in a way of a husband and wife type of love. It's like, okay, hey, I love you. But that's not real love because she's just there for what she can get from him. And love shouldn't be based on what you get from that person only. There's a lot of degrees to love. There's a lot of levels in love. Me, myself, I love my wife dearly. I mean, I love her dearly, even to the point of telling her, I will lay my life down for you. And people that know me and people that are getting to know who I am, no, do not mess with Malachi's wife, because Malachi will definitely end you. That's serious, isn't it? For me to say that. You're like, what? What did he just say? I will basically lay my life down for the woman I love. Now, I couldn't say that many years ago. I wasn't going to lay my life down for nobody. My life was too precious. But in my stage of life right now, and what I know about the love of God, what I know about love, what I know about God in his sacrificial love for us, I will literally lay my life down for my wife, and nobody better ever disrespect my wife. That's a disclaimer that I put out. Don't disrespect my wife. Don't hurt my wife. Don't talk bad about my wife, because you'll deal with a side of me that has been suppressed for so long. But that's just me. That's me. I protect what I love. And Jesus protected what he loved. Jesus loved us just that much that he laid his life down for us. Are we willing to lay our life down for people we love? Do you really love them that much that you are willing to lay your life down? That's a hard question. That's something that you really have to reason with. Am I to the point to where if somebody really hurts my spouse, if somebody really wants to take my spouse out, am I willing to lay my life down for them? How much do I really love them? These are serious questions. Today as men, this is what we've had to deal with most of all of our lives, that we've heard many times. Being strong, being tough, looks like standing our ground. It looks like not backing down. There's a lot of men in the grave that are there because they didn't back down. Now, is that really strong? Is that really tough? I don't think so. That just shows the foolishness of them at that particular time to say, hey, I'm bad. I'm a man. I'm bad. I'm tough. I'm strong. Pow, pow. How much does it take to just say, I'm just going to walk away. It's all good. You know, we can talk about this. If not, then I'm out. That's not saying that you're a man just because you didn't back down. That's to say that you're not strong because you didn't stand your ground. These ideas were constructed by different cultures over time, but they are not the way of Jesus. Being a man, even more, being a man of God. And this is what I try to stress to you that are watching, that are men. Be a man of God. Just because you walk away doesn't mean you're weak. That's the world's concept of what a man should do. Stand there, be strong, don't back down, stand your ground. Too many good dead men because of that mindset. But that's not the way of Jesus. Being a real man of God involves three things. It involves love, it involves sacrifice, and it involves friendship. We could say the truest man was revealed in the person and character of Jesus because of who he really was and how he carried himself and how he truly loved people deeply. He deeply loved people. Didn't matter how they treated him. Didn't matter how they acted towards him. Didn't matter if they lied on him. Didn't matter if they said all manner of evil against him. It did not matter. He loved them deeply because he was on a mission. Can we truly say we love people that deeply? People treat us wrong. How do we treat them back? People that talk about us, how do we treat them back? People that lie on us, how do we really treat them back? These are things that we have to deal with because we are human. We're fleshy. And when somebody does us wrong, our first instinct is to get back. We got to treat them the way they treat us. Oh, you going to do me wrong? I'm going to do you even wronger. I'm going to treat you a lot worse than what you treated me. You're not going to treat me this way. That's not true love. That's a side of life that we need to really suppress, and we have to work on that. It takes time. The disciples weren't just followers or students. They spent 3 years with Jesus. They learned about him. They learned of him. They watched him closely. They spent every waking moment with him. They developed a special friendship with Jesus. They developed a love for him that was unlike any love they've ever experienced in life. We must assume by what we've read and what we study in the Word of God, they became really close friends. And then one day, Jesus made the ultimate sacrifice. He lost his friends and they lost him because of the sacrifice he made on account of his love for them. But the sacrifice that Jesus made on account of his friends, because he loved them deeply, was far greater than anyone would realize. Today, I need to ask you guys, men and women alike, what does sacrifice look like for you? What does it look like for you as a man? What does it look like for you as a woman? What does real sacrifice look like? So when I say and ask the question, how much do you love me? What does that really look like? When somebody asks you that question, what does that really look like to you as a man? And what does that look like to you as a woman? How can you show true love today? How can you show true love to people on your job? How can you show true love to people in your family? Those that really don't like you. Whoa. Those that really want to see harm. Those that really disrespect you. Those that really don't like you. Man, how do you show love to them? And I mean true love, that deep love, that love that really hurts because you're going that extra mile because somebody has disrespected you, somebody has lied on you. And here's the thing, you know it's a lie. Why are you mad? If you know it's not true, why are you getting upset? That's the human side of us. That's the fleshy side of us because it hurts our feelings. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. You don't even have to get even. If you know it's a lie, you know what happens? Somebody that know it's not true is going to come to your defense. They're going to come to your defense because you don't have to fight for yourself. You don't have to fight to prove that it's a lie. It's going to work itself out, and then people will realize, oh, that wasn't even true. And how stupid are they going to feel believing that lie? Because that's the first thing people will believe is the lie rather than the truth. Maybe the sacrifice today looks like setting aside your desires and putting someone else's needs first. Maybe it's something much bigger and more complex. We don't know. Every day is a different day. Every day something new happens. Every day we face new circumstances. How can you as a man, how can you as a woman show love in these situations? That's a tough question. How much do you love me? How much are you willing to give up to say, to prove, to show that you really love that deep? And I'm going to close with this. God, thank you for making the ultimate sacrifice for me. Help me to live a life of sacrifice. How much do you love me? This is Strength for Today's Man, Volume 82. You guys go out there, show your love. Show that you can be sacrificial in how people treat you, that you're going to love them deeply by not retaliating. That's the hard part. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, guys. Remember, you know what I said yesterday. You know what I'm going to say tomorrow. So I'm going to say it today. Don't just watch. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like the podcast, like the show, like the episode, and share it with someone else. You guys be blessed. I'll see you soon.